Hey, how's it going, YouTube? I'm back in the video, and today I'm talking why the Cleveland Cavaliers could potentially be the next super team. Now, before I do get in this video, I have a few things to go over. If I sound different than I usually do, that's, well, because I'm sick. But also, another thing I always get into before I make these type of videos is that, well, the Cavs obviously, most likely will not be a super team this year. But this is a series I've been doing for the past 2 years on my channel, so if you do think that I am wrong and you don't think they're going to be a super team, most likely you are right. They won't be a super team, but I make this video for every single team in the entire NBA. Basically what it is, I go over the biggest strengths of every single team, and I say how they could potentially be a very good team in next year or going into the future. So if you don't agree with me, you don't think the Cavs will be good next season, I know that. It's a series I make, so please don't go in the comment sections being like, oh my god, you were wrong. Like, please don't. And there most likely will, because there's one every single video I make like this. But yeah, that's basically what this is. Without further ado, without rambling on too much, just get right into this video. Alright, so my first reason for this video is going to be they have a potentially deadly and very, very young backcourt going into the future and going into this season in general. As last year with the rookie, their 6th or 8th overall pick, I kind of forgot, they were able to get Colin Sexton. And Colin Sexton had a very good second half to his rookie season. In the second half, we saw him average 17 points per game, 3 rebounds per game, and 3 assists per game. Now, yes, he had primary ball handling ability, which means the ball was in his hands pretty much every single offensive possession last year. And also, they were tanking the second half of the season, so his numbers were a little bit more inflated than they normally would have been, and Kevin Love was injured, so his numbers were all the way up because now that was one of their best scorers out of the starting 5, but still had a very, very solid rookie season, especially for how rookie seasons go. That's very strong. If he can improve off of that, he has a very bright future in this league, and yes, he's most likely going to be moving down to the shooting guard spot now that they got Darius Garland, who's probably a better point guard, plus Colin Sexton's bigger than Darius Garland, so most likely Colin Sexton will be moving to that shooting guard spot, but that's going to mean more open shots for Sexton, which might improve off his scoring, and he might be even able to improve his scoring from his rookie year, where he averaged 17 points per game, and he might be able to make that jump to become a 20-point per game scorer. So, I mean, with him getting more open shots, being able to play off the ball a lot more, it's going to be very, very fun to watch him play, and I think Colin Sexton will have a very nice year next year. But then, obviously, the other half of that backcourt is Darius Garland, who last year played very, very well in college, and he was one of the best sharpshooters in the entire college league last year, where we saw him average 16.2 points per game on 47% shooting from the three-point line. So extremely efficient shooter, can shoot the ball very, very well, and he's probably one of the best three-point shooters coming out of the draft, and he should be able to complement Colin Sexton very, very well this year. Now, yes, they do kind of play similar, where they like to have the ball in their hands, they like to score a lot, and Colin Sexton plays a little bit more defense than Garland, but they both on the offensive end, they like to score a lot, and they're really they just try to score and they want the ball in their hands. So that might be a problem in the backcourt, but if they do find a way to play together, they could have a very deadly backcourt going into the future for the next couple years, and especially if they re-sign or they don't get traded or anything like that, they have potential to be together for a very long time and really mesh very, very well, and potentially in a few years they could be one of the best backcourts and scariest offensive backcourts in the entire league. But now my second reason for the video is going to be their offense. Now, like I said, they obviously could have a very good offensive backcourt in Sexton and Garland. They're both very good scorers. Garland's a very good shooter, and Sexton can pretty much score from the mid-range 3. He can drive good. He can do a lot of things very, very well. But, I mean, last year their offense did struggle a lot. It was ranked 26th, but that was a big part because, I mean, Kevin Love last year was injured, and he was a 17-point per game scorer, and that was with him being injured. Most likely he would have been like a 20-point per game scorer, and even with him being injured, for the games that he was able to play, he averaged 17 points per game, 11 rebounds per game, and 2 assists per game, which is very, very good for him, especially for how injured he was. Plus, Cedi Osman, who's an easy 10 points per game scorer. So, I mean, he can also score, get you about 10 points a game. So, their offense should be much improved if they're able to stay healthy. And plus, my third reason for this video is going to be they have a potential steal in Kevin Porter Jr. Now, Kevin Porter Jr., before the draft, he was meant to say either mid-first round pick or a late lottery pick, which, I mean, either one is a very, very good value for him, but he was able to drop all the way down to the 30th pick, which means they just got a very low-risk draft pick with a potential very high reward. So, I mean, if that draft pick works out, it's going to be very, very nice for them, because Kevin Porter Jr. plays that small forward position, and they would have the potential to have a starting lineup, if Kevin Porter Jr. pans out, of Colin Sexton, Darius Garland, Kevin Porter Jr., Kevin Love, and Tristan Thompson. So, I mean, that would be a very, very good starting 5, very young, and have a very bright future. And plus, they will most likely be drafting a big man in this draft coming up. So, I mean, they would have potential to have a very young and very high-octane chain scoring offense and very good just starting five that's very young, but to grow together in the future. So if Kevin Porter Jr. can pan out how some people thought he was going to, that would be very, very interesting to watch, because that would be just very fun in my opinion. But now let's just recap what I said. A very deadly and very young offensive backcourt with Sexton and Garland. It's going to be very fun to watch. Their offense could potentially be much improved from what it was last year, especially if Kevin Love is able to stay healthy and Garland can play better, and if Colin Sexton improves. And then if KPJ or Kevin Porter Jr. does improve or just plays how he should and pans out, they just may have potentially got the steal of the draft. But unfortunately, guys, that's going to be it for this video. So comment below. Do you agree with me? Do you think that the Cavs could potentially be the next super team? Do you think they will make the playoffs? I want to hear all your thoughts in the comment section below. If you like the video, and play like button, the subscribe button, it would mean the absolute world to me. And I hope you have a blessed day. Have a blessed day. So you need to have a blessed day. All glory to God. See you in the next video. Goodbye. Boo. Blah, blah, blah.